Hi everyone, my name is Olivia and I'm the Director of Education at the Lotus Centre, and today I'm going to share with you what goes on in a music and movement class. So our music and movement classes are most popular with ages 5 to 10 and will vary the activities based on the age group and the abilities of the group. So we always start with some type of stretching movement warm-up song. So a favorite around here is Shake Your Sillies Out, and we've got a soundtrack for that. I like to do the stretching song from Have Fun Teaching. And the stretching song has this fun techno beat behind it, and it calls out different stretches. So like turn your head to the left, left, left. And we get the kids doing all sorts of different movements. It's really fun and upbeat, but it also has stretching movements, so it's a little bit more grounding. The next thing we do is the hello song. So every teacher has their own version of a hello song. I love to use Stephanie Leavell's Say Hello from Your Head to Your Toes as my music and movement warm up. So we sing, say hello from your head to your toes, say hello from your head to your toes, say hello from your head to your toes, it's time to say hello. And then we come up with different actions. And so there are a lot of actions that she lists in the original song, but if you're using the backing track, you can change up the action. So I often get my students to come up with the movement that we're going to do. So if it's say hello with your hands, we might give a wave or we might clap. And this one also has a couple of movement body breaks where it just gets the kids to dance, and it's a lot of fun and a great one for warming up a music and movement group. Next, we would move on to a sing song that has action. So our action song, one of my favorites was Sharon, Lois, and Bram's Skinnamarink. I think it's been a favorite. It's a classic tune for many, many years. And it has wonderful movements to go along with it that many generations of people know. So Skinnamarinky dinky dink, Skinnamarinky doo, I love you. And all of the accompanying actions that go along with that. There's so many backing tracks for this one. So we can have a slow version, a fast version, a pop style version. The possibilities are endless, but the movements are all the same. After an action song, I move on to solfège. Now, the way that we do solfège in music and movement is we integrate an action that goes along with each solfège syllable. And so there are many versions, some like using the hand signs for the Kodai system, and others might be more familiar with the Yamaha system where we're tapping on different parts of our body and we're moving the scale up our body. So Do is tapping on our knees, Re is on our tummy, Mi on our chest, Fa, So, La, Ti, and Do. And we will change up the songs that we're going to do that use that solfège. Next, I move to a lower body movement. So an activity that uses lower body movement and has students staying in the same place is the treasure hunt activity. And so really this is an example of an activity that can be done to many pieces of classical music. All we're doing is we're coming up with a storyline that goes along with a piece. So in the treasure hunt demonstration, and the full one will be linked in the blog post and in the notes here, is we're going to go on a treasure hunt. So everyone is going to get on their motorbike, and every time we go over a bump on the motorbike, we're going to go like this, and I'm getting them to use their thigh muscles, their glute muscles. So we sit back on our feet and kneeling, and we go up and down each cymbal crash. And so this one we use Carmen's Overture by Bizet and have the kids get on their motorbikes. So everyone ready on their motorbike? Here we go. Here's a crash. Boom. Here's another bump. Boom. Here's 3 in a row. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And we're off. Movement. That one really gave our legs a workout. We're going to move to some upper body movement, and I love to use sensory scarves. Sensory scarves are a beautiful extension of our arm and it makes a very colorful array when we have a full classroom. The other thing that's nice is that they're learning how to musically use their body as part of a musical phrase. And so a favorite song that I like to do is All the Fish. And this one has all sorts of animals playing in the water. And so it would go like this. All the fish are swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. All the fish are swimming in the water. And then it goes bubble, bubble, bubble. So I get them to scrunch that scarf up into their hands and then pop. We toss it in the air and all the scarves fall to the ground. And then we get a new animal that's playing in the water. And so the soundtrack for that is linked, but you can also just look it up. It's called All the Fish. Now, there are so many rhythm activities that we can do, but after a really exciting and energizing song, I usually slow down the energy of the class and I'll incorporate different percussion instruments. So for example, one of the songs that I like to do is Obwisana, which is a sharing song from Ghana. And so whatever instruments we're using that day, we'll often pass them to our neighbors as part of the sharing circle. So I like to hand out egg shakers, and I have the kids shake along with me, and we'll learn to sing the song. So it'll go like this. Obwisana sana, Obwisana sa. When the phrase stops, we're going to pass our rhythm instrument to the next person. So you might start with one instrument, maybe a drum, and then have it passed around the circle. And usually I get my classes up to everyone has a shaker, and everyone passes around a shaker. After we've done some more isolated movement that's maybe using more of our upper body, more of our arms and hands, I'm going to move to a full body movement again. So you'll notice that the class is sort of bookended with full body movement at the beginning and at the end. And so I love to use the album Move It by Stephanie Leavell, which has tons of wonderful movement songs. And so we might do Move to the Beat. And this one starts with large body movements. And as the song gets softer and repeats, then they turn to smaller and smaller movements. And so the last movement is wiggle your eyebrows. So we start with these big clapping and stomping gestures, and then we'll end with wiggling our eyebrows. So the movements get smaller and smaller and a little bit more focused. And then it's no surprise, but we love Barefoot books at Lotus Centre. And so we might finish with a Barefoot book that we've come up with movements to. And so a favorite is We All Go Traveling By, and it's a really easy one to add movements to. There's all sorts of trains and cars and airplanes and bikes that go traveling by. So we'll do the motions for each of those. So if it's a bike, we're going to pretend like we're riding on our bike and pedal our legs. If it's a plane, we're going to go near. Or if it's a train, we might go chugga, 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 chugga. And so as we sing this Barefoot book with the backing track and the book, we'll also get those movements going. And so that the movement is integrated from the start to the finish. And we'll end with a goodbye song. I like to teach the goodbye song by teaching kids to sign it. It adds another level of inclusivity, as well as integrating movement again with the song that we're doing as a way of communicating. And so the song I do is very, very simple. It goes like this. Goodbye, friends. And we'll sign for friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. And that is music and movement. I'd love to hear what's going on in your music and movement classrooms, and maybe we can swap ideas. Happy teaching!